Hi, everyone. It's Mark Bergin from the Bleav in Steelers show. I wanted to break down a key play from Sunday's game against the Bengals, an upset win. And who else but Minkah Fitzpatrick, the AFC Defensive Player of the Week? He had a career high 14 tackles, an interception, and a point after attempt block. Broke down the point after attempt block in another video, but here on Bergen's breakdown, I wanted to explain the film study of Minkah Fitzpatrick's pick six of Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow in the first quarter. So I'm going to blow this up full screen for you so you can break down what happened. This video footage courtesy of NFL Plus. This is the all 22 footage that you'll see here. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger from you while I go in the corner. Steelers in a nickel package here, meaning there are 5 defensive backs on the field, and they are in a cover 2 defensive scheme. So what this means is Minkah Fitzpatrick, who at the top of your screen has deep half responsibility as one safety, Terrell Edmonds at the bottom of the screen near the 30-yard line has the other deep half here. Now, this is the Bengals' second play of the season, and the play before Cam Hayward had a sack of Joe Burrow. Remember, the Bengals had 4 new offensive linemen this season. They revamped the offensive line. Burrow got sacked 51 times in the regular season in 2021. Well, they didn't get off to a great start on Sunday. 7 sacks that the Steelers had, 4 interceptions of Burrow, 5 turnovers overall. So I'm going to go ahead and break this play down for you. And we're going to play this. Now, Minkah's responsibility, again, is this deep half of the field, and his responsibilities is the deep safety here. Deep half of the field is reading the slot receiver to the outside receiver to backside. Now, at the bottom of the screen, and I'm going to play this clip a little bit for you, Ja'Marr Chase, who's at the very bottom of the screen, runs a slant pattern. The tight end, that is number 88, Hayden Hurst, runs immediately to the flat on the bottom of the screen, meaning on the backside of the defense, Minkah Fitzpatrick doesn't have anyone threatening him backside, running like a post or up the seam, because in the cover 2 defense, what the Steelers are running here, way to beat a cover 2 defense is the middle of the field and directly up the seam. Now, the slot receiver, Tyler Boyd, runs a corner route, which is actually a very good route to defeat a cover 2 defense, but Minkah Fitzpatrick's able to cheat his coverage here because he's reading 2-to-1, meaning he's reading the slot receiver to the outside receiver. The outside receiver is T. Higgins. Now, Higgins runs a shallow cross underneath, and the reason I know the Steelers are running a cover 2 defense is because the corner at the top of the screen, that's number 25, Akello Witherspoon, wants to jam his receiver, that's T. Higgins, on the inside where he has help. You'll see cornerbacks when they're in a cover 2 coverage line up outside leverage of the receiver they're lined up against, whereas if they're in man, they'll be inside the receiver. They want to take the inside out. But in a cover 2 lined up on the outside, trying to funnel that receiver with a jam inside, and that's what Higgins does with the shallow crossing route. Now, you can see Boyd here is running a corner route, but Minkah is able to anticipate that, and he's able to cheat his coverage because, again, he's not facing any pressure from backside coverage from either Ja'Marr Chase, who's running a slant here, or Hayden Hurst, the tight end, running directly to the flat. Burrow right here should hit Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon's wide open, check down, get 5, 10, 15 yards and keep the chains moving. But he's got to get rid of the ball too, and he's facing pressure. He has 3 seconds to get this pass off. And remember, on his very first snap, he got sacked by Cam Hayward, an all-pro player up front. So this is where pressure is able to get after a quarterback, but Fitzpatrick able to cheat on his half of the field because look where the opening is from the defensive standpoint. Yeah, Terrell Edmonds is at about the 40-yard line, but really where this defense is vulnerable right now is directly in the middle of the field, which again is where you want to beat a cover 2, in the middle of the field and then directly up the seam. This is actually a good route combination by the Bengals, but because Fitzpatrick probably did his homework and did his film studies, able to know what's coming before it was, because he's reading 2-to-1. He's reading the slot receiver to the outside receiver. He sees Higgins go underneath for the shallow cross. So then he can focus his attention on Tyler Boyd and then watch what happens. Gets the interception, and then watch the defense. Cam Sutton, who's in the slot here, goes from defense to offense, leading the way. He didn't need to block anyone. But then number 99, that is Larry Ogunjobi. They escort Fitzpatrick into the end zone. Good defenders will do that. They will help their team out and block for their fellow defender who just got an interception, and then they can go celebrate in the end zone. And if you watch this play too, I'm going to rewind this back. Initially, it looked like TJ Watt was going to get flagged for hitting Joe Burrow on the return. Let me pull that back a little bit more. Watch that there. Quite a block on Joe Burrow, and they pulled the flag off the field. They deemed that it was a legal block. So TJ Watt able to hit Joe Burrow here, and you're going to see a little bit of a different view from the all-22 here. But again, not a lot of time for Burrow to throw, thinking that he's going to have Boyd in a situation where a cover 2 is vulnerable. But that just shows you how opportunistic Minkah Fitzpatrick is and how he's able to capitalize on the pressure that's forced up front. And then they can all go celebrate in the end zone. A huge play for the Steelers, one of 5 turnovers that they had during Sunday's victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. Hope you enjoyed my Bergin's breakdown film analysis. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this. But I'm going to be doing more of these throughout the NFL season. Again, this video footage courtesy of NFL Plus. Hope all of you have great rest of your weeks. Please hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care and so long, everybody. Signing off, I'm Mark Bergin.